Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. We are restarting the Jnaneshwari Bhavartha Deepika, which is the commentary of Jnaneshwar Maharaj on the Bhagawad Gita, and the story of Jnaneshwar Maharaj I'm not going to repeat. You can go back to the YouTube channel and listen to it there. But just to overview, and that is that Jnaneshwar Maharaj was born about 700, 800, between 750 and 800 years ago. And at the age of 21, he attained Mahasamadhi, Sanjeevani Samadhi, still living today, and went through many difficulties in his life, and eventually, and being a part of a family of three brothers and one sister, the eldest brother, whose name is Nivrittinath, is also his guru. Then came Jnaneshwar Maharaj, and then the third brother is Sopanadev, and the last, the youngest, is Muktabai. And these four, going through many difficulties, eventually they reach Paithan, where they want a confirmation that they are twice born. They want the letter of initiation into the Gayatri Mantra, etc. And that was the tradition, being born in a Brahmin family. But the society at that time, or the educated people, the Pandits of that time, they did not bestow upon them this certificate. Why? Because their father was a married fellow who left the marriage to become a sannyasi, only then returning back to the family and then having 4 children. And that happened because the father was sent by his guru, go back and start the family. And thus these 4 were born, and that became a black spot on that. No sannyasi should come back into the family, in the grahastha ashram. The journey should be forward. Balavastha, then grahastha, then vanaprastha and sannyas. But from sannyas, you are not supposed to come back to grahastha. So even though we see that people getting old become kid-like, isn't it? So these 4, they are at Paithan, and when they are refused, and Jnaneshwar Maharaj becomes a bit, he explains that Atma is everywhere and everyone should be entitled. I am only asking this because I am, it is the part of the tradition. And when he spoke in this manner, the head priest, or the protectors of the religion, so to speak, they said, "Oh, this young boy is talking about Atma, And you say Atma is everywhere. So is this Atma everywhere? He says, yes, it is everywhere. And at that time, one buffalo, also by the name of Nyanoba, was passing by. And he says, just because this buffalo's name is Nyanoba, therefore he can chant the Vedic mantras. Jnaneshwar Maharaj now is being challenged. Till now he was requesting. Now, having got the nod from his brother, Vrittinath, he says, yes, he can chant. Why not? He says, Acha. So he goes and he speaks in the ear of the buffalo, the Om mantra, and as he's chanting the Purusha Sukta, the buffalo also starts chanting the Purusha Sukta. And that became a big event which the humanity as well as the common man as well as the Pandits had not ever seen in their life. And immediately they asked for forgiveness from Jnaneshwar Maharaj, and as a result, Jnaneshwar Maharaj they said, oh, it will be our pleasure to give you the certificate. Now that they have seen the powers of Jnaneshwar Maharaj. And then Nivrittinath, we see the name itself suggests that the one who is Virakta, who is Nivrit. Nivrit means the one who is who has got extreme vairagya from everything, who is not interested in the outside world, who is, and therefore we'll see nowhere Nivrittinath is speaking too much. He's the quiet one. And all these four brothers and sisters, they are part of the Nath Sampradaya. And Nivrittinath, so the Nivrittinath, so he only was told by his teacher that you have to initiate your younger brother. And Jnandev Maharaj, so Nivrittinath, if you want to see it in this manner, Nivrittinath is the Lord Shiva himself. Jnandev Maharaj, he is the Lord Vishnu himself. Sopandev, he is Lord Brahmaji himself, the creator. So first is the destroyer, then is the maintainer, then is the creator. And Muktabai is the Shakti, taking care of all the three. And in this way, the family is complete. The creation is going on. The Leela is going on. And then as the children grew a bit, then Nivrittinath asked Jnandev Maharaj for the benefit of the humanity to speak on Bhagavad Gita. These were the first, because Jnaneshwar Maharaj has spoken, and which has become a commentary called Bhavartha Deepika, which is commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Then there was one great saint by the name of Changdev Maharaj. And Changdev Maharaj was 14 years old, and he came seeking darshan of Jnaneshwar Maharaj.
Changdev was 900 years.
1400 years. 1400 years, not...
You said 14.
1400. And when he came, he was given, the guruship was given to Muktabai to fix this fellow. 1400 years, who is only 9-10 years old at that time. And she takes care of him. And he took samadhi only after Muktabai took samadhi. That happened where? Somewhere near Dhule, somewhere there. And then, what was I saying? So Changdev Pasashti. So this Changdev Maharaj, he had the lordship over all the elements as well as the beings, life. And in his presence, the life was in harmony with each other. Every being was in harmony with each other. And with that power and with that vibhuti, all people, all animals, they are coming with him to have darshan of Jnaneshwar Maharaj. And Jnaneshwar Maharaj, when he comes to know from someone, all the four brothers were sitting on the wall, and they come to know that Sangdev Maharaj, oh, he's like our great, 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 great grandfather. We should not wait for him to come to us. The young one says, Dada, elder brother is called Dada. She says, Dada, take this wall itself and we'll go and welcome him on the way. And the moment Shakti told, he tapped the wall and the wall flew. That wall is still there in Alandi if you want to go and see it. And when Sangdev Maharaj saw that I have control over all the living beings and the elements, but this fellow has power over or lordship over inert elements also. Immediately he got down from his tiger, that was his vehicle, and fell at the feet of Jnaneshwar Maharaj. And before this meeting, he did not know how to address Jnaneshwar Maharaj. He wanted to come and meet him. Then he said, should I write, my dear child? But they say he's a great Mahatma. So should I say, oh, revered sir? But he's a child. How can I give him, call him revered? I am elder. And so he was after 1400 years of sadhana, he is confused how to address a small child who is only 10, 11, 12 years old. So he gives a blank paper. And when he gives the blank paper, sends a blank letter to Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Jnaneshwar Maharaj there and then, even though Muktabai says, hey, this fellow, he's wasted 1400 years of his life. And she was being sarcastic. Then Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, no, he didn't waste. At least he came to realize that he doesn't know. That's why he has sent an empty paper. Now it is my job to fill him up. And he writes the 65 verses called Sangdev Pasashti, and which we did one of the retreats. And then he also composed towards the end of when he was about 20 years old, 21 years old, just before taking Sanjeevani Samadhi, his brother Nivrittinath asked him, please put it down on paper. What is your experience of reality? So he wrote down the Amrit Anubhav. And Amrit, nectar, Anubhav, experience of the nectar of immortality. And it is just out of this world. We are studying that every Sunday morning. And it takes you beyond everything, doesn't allow you to hold on to anything. Such Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he, when directed by his elder brother Nivrittinath to speak on Bhagavad Gita, and when Jnaneshwar Maharaj started speaking, he did not speak to only the Pandits. In his congregation, every type of person was allowed. The farmers were allowed, the cobblers were allowed, the beggars were allowed, the intelligent class was allowed, the business people were allowed, the Pandits were allowed. And as we will go through this, you will see that the presentation is such, the usage of vocabulary is such that it satisfies not only the educated one, but also the common man. Because we'll see as we go through that innumerable number of examples, for whenever it is required, so many examples are given, so that no doubt is left in the mind of the seeker or the listener. And what is this no doubt is left? It is very beautifully put somewhere, I heard, that his presentation of the thought is such, his usage of vocabulary, and it's a poetry, and his poetry is such that the master says that the tongue normally tastes, but the tongue wants to hear. The ear is hearing, but the ear wants to taste. Ear wants to taste. The eyes are seeing. The eyes want to hear. So all the senses are so overwhelmed by the data that is coming to them by way of words, that they are confused. All of them want to experience everything that is being told by Jnaneshwar Maharaj. And on one hand you will see that, hey, this is very stupid, how can all senses are getting confused? No, truth is only revealed when there is total confusion. If you come to a conclusion, that means you are far away from the truth. When there is total quietude as a result of non-comprehension by the senses and the mind, because in the end mind alone is functioning through the senses as the various in various capacities. So when the mind gets confused, in other words, such wonderful presentation by Jnaneshwar Maharaj is given that the mind is intoxicated, it is drugged, it is overwhelmed by the words, the ideas that are presented, the examples that are presented by Jnaneshwar Maharaj, that the mind numbs, or mind becomes quiet. It stops trying to work it out. And that's the whole purpose. Every night when you go to sleep, you have to stop working out your life. Only then sleep will come. Because if you're still thinking, sleep will not come. When you're going to die, all of us are one day going to breathe our last. That time also, all senses will withdraw. So what is self-realization? Self-realization is withdrawal of all senses and mind while being awake. Without going to sleep, without going to coma, and without dying. All three. And without drugs and alcohol. And this is abundantly available at many times throughout the Bhavartha Deepika. The word itself is Bhavartha. Bhavartha means Bhav, there is no English translation for Bhav. Bhav, you can say it is that state where your heart and mind are one, the conviction is there, the emotion is there, the determination is there, the surrender is there, the clarity is there, the witnessing is there, everything is happening at the same time, and that fullness of that experience is that bhav, where bhav is not merely crying. That is not bhav. Oh, I love this. This is not bhav. When the bhav actually takes over, the individuality dissolves. There's only one once that happens. And that those who are keen listeners, attentive listeners, who are not trying to work out everything that Jnaneshwar Maharaj is saying, yet the intellect is understanding, the heart is feeling, clarity is coming, and all these things put together. Many times during the Bhavartha Deepika, we will be able to catch that moment, and hopefully that moment takes us over completely. And Deepika, Deep means lamp, Deep, and it is putting light on that bhava, which is the all-consuming one. And that is Jnaneshwar Maharaj's way of putting the Bhagavad Gita across to each one of us, to all of us. Yeah, so So with that, with that introduction, we enter into the Jnaneshwari. Jnaneshwari, Adhyaya Pahila. We'll chant five verses at a time, and that way we'll continue. So, Om Namo Ji Adya Veda Pratipadya Jai Jai Swasamvedya Atma Rupa Devatuci Ganeshu Sakalamati Prakashu Mane Nivritti Dasu Avadhari Zoji हे शब्द ब्रह्म अशेष तेची मूर्ती सुवेश तेथ वर्ण वपु निर्दोष मिरवत असे स्मृती तेची अवयव देखा अंगिक भाव तेथ लावण्याची ठेव अर्थ शोभा अष्टादश पुराणे तीची मणिभूषणे पद पद्धती खेवणे प्रमेय रत्नाची. So here he says, Om, most of our scriptures, they begin, whether you take the Upanishads, you take Narad Bhakti Sutra, you take Patanjali Yoga Sutra, you take Brahma Sutra, you take Bhagawad Gita, it begins with Om or Atha. Brahma Sutra begins with Atha. Atha means now. Now means what? That whatever had to be done, whatever had to be thought, whatever had to be worked out is worked out. Now I have come to this moment. Now, okay. Now what? What next? Similarly, when the text, either it begins with that now, because some explanation is going on. So why in Brahma Sutra now it begins with now? Because, or Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it begins with Atha Yoga Anushasanam. So why Atha? So in Brahma Sutras, we have already studied the various scriptures, we have studied the various Upanishads. Still there will be some doubts left. And therefore, to resolve those doubts, having studied now, Atha, Brahma Sutra begins. Similarly, when we come to Yoga Sutra, also the student who has come to Yoga Sutra, he must have come out of frustration, he must have come out of observing the world, that the pursuit of the world is not giving him giving him the answers, and therefore when he approaches the teacher, the teacher is saying, Atha Yoga Anushasanam, now that you have done everything, no arguments. These are the instructions of a yoga, and no argument is required. You may question if you don't understand, but it is like this. Why? Get out. Go to some other shop. Not available here. So here it is Om. Om also, it is a very auspicious syllable. Om also represents the totality of the vocabulary, because out of Om, many times we have brought that in Kathopanishad, that point came out, which we had just completed, that out of Om came the vowels, and the friction between the vowels brought about the consonants, coming together of consonants, and each consonant is representing an aspect of the physical creation. And in this way, when these various consonants come together, words are formed. When words come together, then Ovis are formed, or Anushtup Chanda is formed, or Chanda is formed, or Chopai is formed, or Anushtup Chanda, as in Bhagavad Gita. The first verse itself will talk about it. That meter is called Anushtup Chanda. So, and Om, when we see Mandukya Upanishad, we will see that Om not only delivers you if you focus on it, if you contemplate on it, if you chant it, uh, not only makes you the lord of the manifest creation, but also it delivers you to your essential nature. Question is, where is your attention? So if you are chanting Om for becoming successful, it will make you successful. If you are chanting Om to get married, it will find a partner for you. If you are chanting Om to to realize the self, it will help you do that also. So in that Om, the syllable, people say that way. In Mandukya Upanishad also it says that there are three parts of it: A, U and Ma. So A represents the waking state, Jagrat Avastha. U represents the dream state, the Swapna Avastha. And represents the deep sleep state, the Nidra Avastha. And because when you chant it in separate way, then you will be focused. Some people chant so they focus, they elongate the some others elongate the u, and yet there are others who elongate the and yet smart, you should do that way, but you should not separate a and u, because Om is one syllable. It is not three different words put together. We are using those three in Mandukya Upanishad showed just to explain, but actually it is one syllable. And therefore this Om, it immediately, the vibration of the Om, just like when we started the class, we chanted 3 Oms. It creates an atmosphere. It creates the vibration and the resonance of the Om, not only pervades the outside environment, but it also pervades your entire being. The body, there is if as you become more and more attuned to it, you will feel the vibration of the Om going through your body. You will feel the vibration of the Om in your head, in your till the entire body, but more so in head also. And that pushes away all the unwanted thoughts. Just like you enter into this house for the satsang, you left your chappals outside, you left your car outside, you left your family outside. And so same way, when you chant Om, it makes sure, if interacted with correctly, that we are available for what is going to come. We are available for the reality. Only in the presence, in the vibration of auspiciousness, in the presence of auspiciousness, that reality is revealed. And in this way, here it says, Om Namo Ji Adya, I salute to you, O primal Lord. Adya, the beginningless Lord, the Adi. And who is this Lord? Lord is He, Bhagavan, we call Him Bhagavan, and He has various qualities. Any person, there are different ways of putting it, but here there is one way that they are called, the one who has these 6 qualities, these 6 Bhaga, is called as Bhagavan, the one who has these 6 auspiciousness or these powers or siddhis, or and it's not, we can't say siddhi, because siddhi is acquired and it can disappear. But here it is naturally, just like sun and the sun rays are natural to the sun, the wetness is and liquidity is natural to the water, heat and light is natural to the fire. Similarly, this bhaga is natural to a person when they are naturally expressing without any tapasya, sadhana, etc., such a person, or people call such a person as Bhagwan. But here we are taking Bhagwan as a principle rather than a person. And what are these qualities? First is knowledge. He is all-knowing. Bhagwan is all-knowing. Second is Aishwarya. Aishwarya is his glory. There is no limit to his glory. Just like there is no limit to sun's glory. There is knowledge, nothing is unknown to him. He is beyond the known and the unknown. Glory, another word for glory is vibhuti. So the entire creation is his vibhuti, is his glory. All the names and forms is his glory. Just like the glory of the water is all the oceans representing the totality and all the waves representing the individuality. So, who is this Bhagwan? Who is this Ishvara? Who is this Nirgun Nirakar, the auspicious one? All the totality and all the individuality, or the total macro and the micro is his vibhuti, is his glory. Why? Because he alone is the material cause and the efficient cause of the creation. Means he created the creation out of himself, by himself, in himself. This is very funny. But you do the same. You know you do it. When?
In your thoughts.
Good. In your dream. You create the dream out of your own mind. You create it, you maintain it, you destroy it, you manipulate it. Everything is going on. And where does it go back eventually? Goes back to the mind. So just like the waves come out of the water and go back to the water and maintained in the water, similarly, the entire dream is created, maintained and goes back to the mind. Similarly, in the waking also, the entire experience that we are having right now is created or projected by the mind, is maintained in the mind, and it will go back to the mind when you go to dream. Which this dream will go back. But we become so fixated, for whatever reason, we will call it ignorance, that I am only this body. Having a form is not a problem, but only considering I am only this form is the problem. So this has to be, hopefully, in the next 9 chapters, because we are done 10th chapter to 18th chapter, you have heard. So only till 9th chapter we are going to do Jnaneshwari now. So that is the glory. Then next is Shakti, the ability. What's the point of having the glory and having the knowledge, but you are not able, don't have the ability to use it whenever you want, to manifest it whenever you want? So you must have the ability also. So I may have a thought that I want to be the next Olympic champion, but I must have the ability also. So he has the ability also. Not only he has the conviction, but he also has the ability. Then next is he has the bala. Bala is the strength. Not only the physical strength, but also the mental strength and the spiritual strength. Strength is required, and that only comes about when one is fearless. Strength gets zapped away, gets leaked away, the more we have desires. How can Bhagwan, who himself is manifesting as the whole creation, have desire for himself? So his entire bala, strength, is ever maintained, because there is no place for it to leak. In fact, he created the creation only to multiply his glory, multiply the bliss that he is experiencing. And that is also happening naturally. There is no he and the creation. No, he is himself everything. The next one is virya, ability to get things done by his presence alone. Virya is vitality. Vitality is ojas, and all these things. When one practices brahmacharya, when one becomes single-pointed, when one conserves their energy, such people, merely by their presence, merely by the presence of Ramana Maharshi, people used to get affected. In his presence, people will get realized. He has not even spoken one word. This time I went when I went to Pune, went to meet one Mahatma called Dr. What is his name? Dr. Krishna Dattatreya Deshmukh. He was an Ayurvedic doctor. You heard of Balu Mama? He used to give medicines to Balu Mama. He's 95 years old now. So just out after Kolhapur, 1 hour from Kolhapur, village called Murgud. So in 1955, someone else opened a Ayurvedic dispensary opposite his dispensary. He said, I don't want to get into competition. He closed his dispensary, started studying Gita and the Upanishads. And then he has been traveling Maharashtra, giving lectures in Marathi. So one lady is there, 82 years old. I call her Mai. She considers me her son only. And she says, oh, they went to Kurg for Swamiji's retreat. And there they came to know that I was coming to Pune. And these two ladies, one is an Ayurvedic doctor and a professor, and this Mai, 82 years old. Both of them, immediately they planned. Oh, last year they took me to Swami Swarupananda in about 1 hour away from Pune. So this time they said, oh, let's take Swamiji with us. And they planned, and then they told me, Swamiji, Sunday we are leaving. No questions of asking. Chalo, jaake milke aayenge. And it was very nice. 95-year-old, tall gentleman sitting there. And people are crying, people are feeling so touched by his presence, So we must grow into such a being that just like when sun shines, everyone gets affected. When moon comes up, full moon, everyone gets affected. See? So when we come, what happens? Everyone runs away. Is it that? Or when we come, that people look forward, they want to be in the company, see, I have experienced with many masters, including our Swami Anubaranji, that whenever you come in his presence or you come in the presence of Arunachala, even Arunachala in Tiruvannamalai, or this time where we went, Kailash Mansarovar, yes. This time we went to Gangotri, Gomukh we didn't go, Gangotri, and Kedarnath. Naturally, your mind becomes quiet there. Naturally, your mind becomes quiet. So those are places. But I remember meeting Satya Sai Baba. Mind became quiet. So life, nature is continuously giving us experiences, whether we like it or not, to go back to the silence and be the witness. But we take it, I don't know what was that, and we just brush it away because of ignorance. See, every night life is giving you an opportunity of silence, but again we are under the spell of ignorance and we go to sleep instead of remaining awake. Because naturally, without doing any sadhana, your mind is becoming empty. So Bhagwan is he in who who has the ability to get things done by his presence alone. Like someone just now I went to someone's house. Someone said, "Swamiji, you tell my husband this. He doesn't listen to me." The husband says, "Swamiji, tell my daughter this. She doesn't listen to me." अजीब बात है. हाँ? Why can't you tell? Because घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर. You see? So we don't live life at a default level. Continuous upgradation has to be there in your life. If we are still the same that we were 6 months ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, yesterday, then we are lost the time. Every moment there should be upgradation. And what is that upgradation? Tell. How do you upgrade yourself? You get phone, now you upgrade it to iPhone 16. I'm still using iPhone 11. She gave. How do you upgrade?
Learn more things.
Learn more things, okay. That's one way.
Be attentive.
Be attentive.
Losing the attachments.
Losing the attachments, you upgrade, okay.
Stay in present.
Stay in the present moment. That is how you upgrade.
Quieten your mind.
Huh?
Quieten your mind.
Quieten your mind.
My mind.
You are going to quieten your mind. You are going to quieten your mind. अभी तक तो कोई कर नहीं पाया. It will only happen artificially, temporarily. If you try to quieten your mind, the I is still there. Understand what I'm saying? It has to happen. When does that happen? रोज रात को हो ही रहा है ना. But whenever we are in satsang, whenever we are doing atma chintan, automatically the mind becomes calm and quiet. And that is where the upgradation of the mind starts. Mind is the same. Before it was having thoughts of the world. As you do satsang and become contemplative towards the self, towards your essential nature, automatically, when the topic is the same for 1.5 hours, then the vibration of that topic is the mind is continuously having those type of thoughts rather than the worldly thoughts. Somewhere along the line, while you are listening, while you are contemplating, because you have gotten into a habit of consciously being in a satsang. This is just a trailer. This satsang must continue even after the class is over with yourself. Now you should go and think of Bhagwan with the Bhag. What are these 6 Bhagas? So chalta rahega, you won't know. Just like when you are doing japa, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om. Suddenly the mind becomes silent. Provided you are not going to sleep. Then also it becomes silent. But consciously silent. As it goes from Vaikari Madhyama Pashyanti. See? So this must happen. So we must be able to use the knowledge. We must be able to use our strength. We must be able to use our abilities at a given time, at an appropriate time, at a required time, in the circumstances that are required. Otherwise, what's the point of having it? So vitality is not giving into that no, I don't think. This is what the Arjuna's problem was. That is how we are going to get into the first chapter. So Arjuna is having full vitality, but he's not using it. He's lost the plot. And the last one is Teja, and has all the above five permanently. Not that one is coming and the other is going. All of them are there permanently. They are shining forth. You don't see sunshine sometimes coming and sometimes going. No, it's always there. Same way, Bhagwan is He in whom all these six, Jnana, Aishwarya, Shakti, Bala, Virya and Teja, these are in full measure manifesting all the time. They are not even separate to Him, they are Him only. And with that, so that Lord I salute. Om Namo Jiyadya. Veda Pratipadya. Propounded the Veda's glory, propounded by the Vedas. The Veda Pratipadya. So why do we salute to the Lord, the beginningless Lord, the most ancient, the eternal Lord? Why? What proof do we have? Have you ever seen the God? If you have say, I have seen, then you have seen only that which comes and goes. But He is permanent. He is infinite. He is eternal. So what you saw, which came and went, is it the real one? Then how do we come to know why so many religions, they say there is God, there is God, there is God? Because in Sanatana Dharma, the Vedas have propounded them. They have declared that the God is. God principle in Bhakti Shastra is called as Bhagwan. In Yoga Shastra, he is called as Paramatma. And the same Bhagwan and Paramatma, another name for him is Brahman in Vedanta or Jnana. So it's the same one, is the same one but known as three. Just like you are the same one but known as mother, daughter, sister, etc. etc. So propounded by the Vedas, glory to you, Jai Jai Swasamvedya, glory to you, O Lord, who are known only to yourself. Jai Jai, victory. Swasamvedya. You are known only to yourself by yourself. Same thing will come in our 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, where it says, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet. Raise yourself by yourself, in yourself, for yourself. There it is not said, put the kusha grass, put the sheet, and then find an auspicious, clean, neat corner, and then sit down, and now do this chant, and then raise yourself. That is for the lower type of adhikari. But for the Uttam adhikari, there it is called Uddharet Atmanatmanam. For the Uttam adhikari, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, O Atha Yoga Anushasanam Chitta Vritti Nirodha iti Yoga Atha what is that? Mental block. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. So after chitta vritti, when that has happened in your mind, then what do? Tada drashtu, tada, then drashtu, see swarupe, come see your own self. This is the Uttam Adhikari. You don't need to study the next 71 verses, sutras. Complete, over. But, we are not there. We feel we are not there. So then for such a student, for a Madhyam Adhikari, then next few exercises are taken. Then still we are not able to understand. Then Om is given, Ishwar Pranidhana Dua. Then even worse student, for him Ashtanga Yoga is given. The worst student, the Ashtanga Yoga is given. The whole world is after Ashtanga Yoga. So four types of Sikh students. The best, the little bit lower, and gone case. What was the time? 8:34. So you are only known to you are now. Tell me. You say the whole world is seen in the light of the sun. So, what is more powerful? Sun or the moon? Sun. Is the sun without sun? Can you see? Can you see without sun? Yeah, you can see without sun. If you are in a room, if there is no light, your eyes are open, you are not gone to sleep, you are totally awake, and there is not even a ray of light coming from anywhere. Will you be able to see? You can't see the table contour, you cannot see the laptop, you cannot see the sofa shape because it's pitch dark. In that pitch darkness, no forms are cognizable. But your vision is still there. What will you see?
Absence of light.
Okay.
And
Anyone else?
Awareness of whatever is there.
You'll see nothing but you'll see nothing but you're seeing. Like nothing is visible, but you're still
See
seeing.
darkness.
You see black. I mean,
You'll see darkness.
Okay.
see within.
So what is see, you all used some words. One used darkness, one used absence of light, another said nothing. That state where you find yourself awake in that room where there is absence of light, is absence an object to be cognized? Is nothing an object to be cognized? Is darkness is absence of light. Light is something, but absence of light, is it an object? It is not an object. Patanjali Yoga Sutra says that absence of light or darkness is also a thought. But it's only a thought. But is it an object? Is emptiness an object? So I got one object called index finger, middle finger, ring finger, small finger, and there is absence in between. So is that an object? Or these four are an object? There is absence in this circle. So I made a circle with my thumb and the finger. So my attention is on that conditioning of the fingers. That is an object. But in between, so because my fingers have come together and thumb has come together, is that emptiness in between an object? No. So when there is darkness, when you find yourself in a room where you're totally awake and nothing to cognize, you can't see any contours, at that time you are one with yourself. You're aware of your own being. The moment light comes, oh, thank God, I am in my own place. I'm not in someone else's house. समझ रहे हो क्या बोल रहे हैं? तो here, just like that, who is this Lord? Lord is He who alone knows Himself. Nobody else can come to know. If you want to know Him, you have to be one with Him, as Him. That means you have to lose your identity. If a wave wants to know the infinite waters and it looks underneath. Oh my God, कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है. I look this side, that side, all sides, only water, water everywhere. But they say that is what is my essence. Oh, okay. And when that wave starts looking, it's still a wave for other people. For other waves, there is still a wave, but that wave has looked into itself, what it is made up of, and she loses her waveness. Same way, we lose our individuality, our identity, our specificity, which is on account of this form called body, when we dive inside. Bhavartha, bhavatmaka interaction with the divinity. You call it Lord, you call it Brahman, you call it Paramatma, you call it Atma, it's one and the same thing. Just like you call the outside infinite space in which the whole creation is existing, or you say the room space where the satsang is happening. Is the quality of the space in this room and the quality of space outside this building, is it different or same? It's same. But where is your attention? Is your attention on the walls, or when you look outside, is your attention on the stars and oh my God, how far the stars are, till there is no end to them. But your attention is not on the total space. Here also your attention is on the walls and your attention is not on the space. If it was on the space here and the space outside is one and the same. Similarly, the consciousness here and the consciousness, the total consciousness called Brahman or Paramatma or Bhagwan is one and the same. With this continuous attentiveness, as she said, continuous attentiveness, we move through life. Very quickly, consummation happens. The dissolution happens. And then alone, because the Lord knows only Him, He only can come to know Himself, then such a person also living on earth who has come to that disposition, we call him Bhagwan, Bhagwan Ramana Maharishi, Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahams, and so on. Then next one, here I have already taken the next part. Jai Jai Swasamvedya Atma Rupa. So that self-knowing divinity is present as Atmatvena. It is our Atma. We have already talked about it. Devatuci Ganeshu. Oh, that infinite, fathomless Lord, divinity. You alone are Ganesha. Who is this? The one who removes all the obstacles. So, oh Lord, you are Sri Ganesha, who illumines all things and minds. Sakala Mati Prakashu. So, Devatuci Ganeshu, Sakala, all, Mati, minds, Prakashu, illuminates. You are illuminating. Ganeshji is the Adhishthan Devata of the Mooladhar. Once Mooladhar opens up, everything gets destroyed. Sakala Mati Prakashu. So, if this divinity is Atma Rupa, is the essence of ours, and he alone is, that self alone is expressing as the Ganesha. In other words, that Ganesha alone is expressing as all the minds and illuminating everything, and because the whole creation is where? It is in the mind. And here it is saying, Sakala Mati Prakashu. All minds are illuminated by the Ganeshji. And who is Ganeshji? None other than the Atma. What is Atma? None other than the Paramatma. Connection dekho. So just like you can say after waking up that, yeah, all the human beings and animals and plants and planets and everything in the dream was illuminated by my mind alone. Will that be a wrong conclusion? No. Same is true here also. Don't delay. Come to that conclusion. Sakalamati prakashu mane nivritti dasu. So is told by the Das of the Nivrittinath. So I, the disciple of Nivritti, say, please give me your attention. So, oh Ganapati Bappa, please give. I'm not saying it out of arrogance. I am only a sevak, a servant of Nivrittinath, who is my Guru Maharaj. I am going to start this exposition of Bhagavad Gita only because of his command. But before I start, I must. So, what is the first three prayers that we do in normally? Always we first invoke Ganeshji, then we invoke Saraswati, and third we invoke Guru Maharaj. So he is first invoking Ganeshji. But we must not take Ganeshji as a demigod. Here he is none other than the infinite, eternal Lord himself. So I, the disciple of Nivritti, say, please give me your attention. His attractive form represents all the Vedas. His superb body exhibits their faultless diction. His limbs represent the Smritis. His gestures, their styles. His handsome aspect represents their exquisite meaning. His jeweled ornaments represent the 18 Puranas, the jewels set in gold being their doctrines set in poetry. Here he is taking the Ganeshji and explaining that all parts of his body are the various. So what he has explained, what is everything? We have the Vedas. Vedas are, what are they called? Shrutis. Shruti means revealed knowledge. Then come, what is the next one he said here? Vedas. Then is the Smritis. Smritis are remembered knowledge. And then the four Vedas and the 6 Upavedas are there. And then Smritis, Manu Smriti is there, and I don't know many other, but right now that name is coming. And then the 18 Puranas, 18 main Puranas and 18 sub-Puranas. So total 36 Puranas are there. That they also form the limbs of the Lord Ganesha, meaning the Lord himself. That one infinite reality, or called Bhagwan, or you take him as Ganesha, or you take him as Atma, that one reality, or you take that one reality as the various minds. You must have heard one word which is in the New Age they use, Akashic records. Have you heard? All the knowledge is available in the space. Akash. So whole creation is existing in space. So where will the knowledge, is this a chaos or is this a perfect order? The whole creation. Perfect order. Correct? So who said so? Who said so? When I look at it, it's so total chaos. Planets, stars colliding with each other, new stars coming up, continuously so many things are going on. So who said that the creation is a perfect order? The scriptures. Where have they come from? Some in Bhakti Shastra we say they came from the mouth of the Lord. Yeah, the New Age people say they are available in the space. The space is not only the outside space. Which other space is there? Mental space and conscious space. The three akashas are there. So it's available. That knowledge is available. So what is the quality of akash? What is the quality of space?
Accommodation.
Accommodation. So just like the outside world is accommodated in the total space, all the thoughts are accommodated in the mental space. And the mental space and the outside gross space is accommodated in the conscious space. देखो. So the knowledge, how to interpret what is this, what is that being accommodated within the space, which is the projection of that space itself, because the air, fire, water, earth, they have not come out of outside space. They're existing in space itself. So this knowledge is there, available. See? So just like the muscles are in our body, we have to go to the gym, do a bit gym, muscles will start appearing. The memory is there within us. You read the verses of Bhagawad Gita again and again and again, you will memorize them and you will not forget it. See? So where did this ability come from? Did it come from outside? No, it was inherent within you. It was inherent within you. It revealed itself because you are thinking about it. You are contemplating on it. You are attentive about it. And therefore, when we say those rishis, आजकल इतना YouTube पे आ रहा है, all the lost glory of our Sanatan Dharma, the Vedas, the pleasurism of Vedas is the modern science for the last 300 years. Serious. There is no question about it. See? So, but where did our rishis, when we say Vedas, in the Rig Veda, everything about the universe is given. Where did it come from? They were thinking about it. They were attentive. They were single pointed and they surrendered. And it revealed. And it revealed. So nothing is impossible. So here, through these various verses, what did he say? हे शब्द ब्रह्म अशेष तेचि मूर्ति सुवेश तेथ वर्ण वपु निर्दोष मेरवत असे स्मृति तेचि अवयव. These are the limbs of that of Lord Ganesha. Smriti देखा अंगिक भाव तेथ लावण्याचि ठेव अर्थ शोभा अष्टादश पुराणे. So here it is taking only 18 Puranas, but there are 18 sub-Puranas also. So Ashtadasha Purane, Tichi, Mani Bhushane. So they are like the ornament necklace around his on him. Pada Paddhati Khevane, Prameya Ratnachi. So all these Puranas, what do Puranas talk about? They talk about all that has already happened. You will be very surprised and that in each Purana, if you take Brahmanda Purana, Brahma is the Ishvara. If you take Shiv Puran, Shiva is the Ishvara. If you take Vishnu Puran, Vishnu is the Ishvara. If you take Skanda Puran, Kartikeya is the Ishvara. If you take Ganesh Puran, Ganesh is the Ishvara. Then Devi Puran, Devi is the Ishwari. Are you trying to... So the Westerners told, these are all confused people. They don't know what they are talking about. But as many mindsets, so many people are there. Each one has a different mindset. Here we are 10 of us. Each one has a different mindset. Maybe for you Ganesha suits. Maybe for me Vishnu suits. For her Shiva suits. A natural affinity. Just like you have, I just don't like Bengal. Why? There's no reason why. There's no reason. I love mango. But you? No, I don't love. It doesn't suit me. There's no reason why. So when in our culture, so many gods are there. It is the opportunity is given. Automatically from childhood, we'll have affinity towards one or the other. And different stages of life, you may be having affinity with different ones as you grow. That is also possible. See? So here, the Puranas, they talk about various gods, and it is shown that all these gods are manifestation of the one. Who is that one? Don't forget. That one is the Atma, that one is the Bhagavan, that one is the Paramatma, that one is the Parabrahman. All of them different names for the same fellow. Though, Acha, this is so, because this was all Nirgun Nirakar. Now we have given him that Nirgun Nirakar, we have given a form Ganesha, Vishnu, Shiva, Parvati, Shakti, Kartikeya. Now suddenly with form, oh, they are all forms, but they are still the same one. And therefore, our culture can, without any confusion, give the status of Ishvara to everyone. Our culture, our scriptures not only stop there, they give the status of Ishvara or Bhagwan even to a human being who is naturally manifesting these qualities, which is unheard of, unspoken of in any other religion. Only in Sanatan Dharma. I'm using word Sanatan Dharma purposely because we are not Hindus, we are Sanatan Dharmis. Hindu was given the name given by someone else to us. And in this manner, the various doctrines, the various ways of interaction, the characteristics, the qualities, the ethics, and then apart from that, I don't think here they are given, but maybe it comes in the next verse. He's just explaining his form. But so first was the revealed scriptures, which are the Vedas and the Upavedas. Then there are the Smritis, Manusmriti being one. Then come the Puranas. Puranas are remembered, Smriti Grantha, remembered scriptures, Puranas. But they are ancient, they are eternal, because in every cycle of creation, the Puranas will come back again. Were the Puranas there in Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug? Were they there? They were there, but unmanifest. They became manifest only in the Kali Yuga. Why? Because stupid people like us were coming. That's why. Till then they didn't need it. Till then they only the five elements and Chandra, Surya and Vayu. Only they were being prayed to. But all the different gods have come now. Ved Vyasji, when he wrote down all the Puranas. And after Puranas come what? Itihas. Itihas means? Itihasa means as it happened. And that is the first Itihas is Ramayana, second is Mahabharata. Again, here we are not only chronicalized all the events, but our attention when we study Ramayana is not on the events of Ramayana, but on the main character is Sri Ram, the divinity. When we study Mahabharata or read Mahabharata, it's interesting, all the various happenings, but who is the central figure in the whole Mahabharata? Shri Krishna. Who is the central figure in your life? जल्दी से बोल दिया. So that is the fourth part, Itihas. And the fifth is the words of the saints and sages. Whatever they say, sometimes it can be contradictory to the first four, but their experience is, they confirm that whatever the scriptures, all the various scriptures that we mention now, whatever is said is correct. And all this is shown in through the explanation of Ganesha by Jnaneshwari Maharaj. With this, we conclude today's class, and we'll continue from the 6th verse in our next satsang. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.